Okay, hello everyone and welcome back to World of Tanks Blitz. We are going to be here in the Challenger, which is completely stock at this point, I would like to point out. And it's just a bit of a weird tank. It's not so much a tank destroyer as it is a medium tank, but then at the same point it has no place being a medium tank because anything it does, the Comet can do as good or better. Unless you're using the top gun, in which case you have more alpha, but even so, it's just a weird tank. But we're going to be here on Mayan Ruins, and this is going to be the best game I've had in this tank so far. So I was going to go with where all the mediums normally go, but then no one was going over there. So instead I decided to go mid, and because someone pointed out, you know, they're going to be coming from here because no one's been spotted where the heavies go, yeah, I go, alrighty then, I'll continue flanking to see if there is actually anyone here. KV3 gets spotted, T29 gets spotted, and a Walker Bulldog gets spotted. Now everyone's starting to be spotted. There's the T29, I rush into cover from him, and here's the good part about having a rapid fire gun. I can start putting shots all into these guys. Get a nice HE shot into the Nashorn, and now look, I can start putting shots right into the side of that KV2's turret. Injure his gunner with that shot. My next shot, I'm worrying around everywhere because the KV2's stopping and starting driving, but my next shot does manage to do a nice shot to him. He starts turning towards me, I start pulling back, damage his engine, and then I do a risky move here because he could have shot me if he was reloaded, but as it is, I managed to finish him off. Nashorn over there now getting shot up. I come over here, HE shell unfortunately only hits his gun shield at a weird angle, only does 80. He manages to bounce off of me though. My next shot does 178 to the side, and we're coming around the corner, and he does unfortunately manage to get one shot into me, but I do manage to finish him off. Now we can all pile onto this KV3. I start putting shots into his rear, which is very nice. Here we go. Bang, 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 lovely shot. My next shot there, unfortunately, only blows off his tracks, but my next shot does actually damage his engine and do damage, and then, thankfully, the M6 stocks before he drives him into my line of fire, so I do manage to put one final shot into him. So I'm at 1500 damage, and I'm feeling pretty good, and everyone's probably going to use that as an excuse, or that entire thing, section to say as an excuse to say, oh, you could be using adrenaline and got more shots in. Yeah, adrenaline's no. I would prefer to have repair first aid fire rather than adrenaline multi-purpose repair. It's just a more well-rounded thing. Anyway, ignoring that, we're coming around here. Unfortunately, the Panther and the Tiger have finally been killed off. I'm turning my gun around to see if I can spot them as they come over there. I fire a test shot, but unfortunately no. Now this Bulldog is the annoying guy. He is going to be the most annoying guy on their team because coming around here he does spot everyone, doing his typical, you know, scout thing. He drives around, starts putting shots into the P4306. T29 charges down, their T29 gets spotted, and now the P43 BIS has been spotted. But I get to come around the corner, he's busy focusing on the T29, and I get to track him with my first shot, and I can basically keep him perma-track because he doesn't repair his track until he takes a shot from the T29 and repairs it. I leave the T29 to finish him off, and the M6 actually comes around from the side to finish him off before circling back again to deal with the T26. And now here's the Bulldog. Bulldog is rushing through, he's seen that he can't win that 2v2. My next shot unfortunately misses the Bulldog, and here's where I maybe should have prioritised the Bulldog instead of the T29, because I could have put a shot into that Bulldog, but instead I fire a shot on the move at the T29, can't pin him with HE, and I'm going to start basically just putting shots into that T29. The Bulldog manages to finish off our M6 unfortunately, but well, there's three of us around him. He gets one shot into our Hellcat, I detract him with one shot, and the Hellcat finishes him off with the next. Now here's where we're playing cat and mouse with the Bulldog. We've got 2 minutes 40 seconds left on the clock. But the problem is, I'm stock, so I'm not that fast. The Hellcat's a one shot. The P43 is also not the most mobile medium. It's still fairly mobile, but not as mobile as that thing. And the T29 we can forget about. So if he wanted to, I missed my shot there unfortunately. That would have been a lovely shot to hit him on the move, but unfortunately we didn't, and then he ducks into cover. So yeah, if that Bulldog wanted to, all he would have to do is run around, give us the runaround for the next 2 minutes, and cause the game to be a draw, which would have been a very lame way to go. but it's something that he could have done. But thankfully, he doesn't want to. He wants to actually try and get some damage and win the game, because, you know, people have pulled off wins in light tanks before. He's tunnel visioning on someone else, so I do manage to get that lovely shot onto him there. And then I stop, back it up, thinking that he might be going to the side with the T29, but here's where I do a big brain play. I knew he wasn't going to go around the side, but he was instead going to double back and head through here, so I'm going to cut him off. And yeah, your big brain play didn't work this time. Bang, shotgun him right in the face. However, there's only 1 minute 30, and I don't know where the Panther is. He might be AFK, but I don't want to risk that, so I say capture the base, because 1 minute 30, if we get 3 people in there, we should be able to cap it in time. But thankfully, the Nashorn on their team comes through and says he's AFK, and I'm like, thank God, we know where he is. So I stop and I say thanks, because, you know, no one wants to cause a draw because there was an AFK guy in spawn. So I'm just going to come right round the corner with my 2,600 damage, and we're going to try and deal with that Panther. There he is. Spot him on the move. Unfortunately, look at that aim time. Look at that. 76% crew. Yeah. Can't pen him with AP, or sorry, with HE. I'd be worried if I couldn't pen him with AP in the 17 pounder. Next shot, unfortunately, only damages his track or something. But I do now get to put shots just into his side. Can't pen his rear. I get to put shots into his rear, rather. I can't pen his rear with HE, and I stop going into sniper mode because, well, we've got 33 seconds left on the clock. There's 2 of us here, and the P43 doesn't reload in time, and I finish him off with a fire. And the Hellcat also didn't quite manage to come around in time, so that allowed me to get an ace tanker, high caliber, and a top gun for those 4 kills, and nearly 7,000 XP with a ×5 ticket for when I've recently got an M6, which came with, oh sorry, an M60, which came with ×5 XP tickets. So yeah, 3,500 damage done. I'll take that, top of the team by a decent amount. 32 shots fired, 26 hits, 27 pens, 2 hits received, 1 pen, 1 non-pen somehow from the Nashorn there. Unfortunately, none of our HE shells to him did any critical hits, but even so, we did do decent damage to everyone. We actually damaged everyone on their team with at least 1 shot. We also got one bit of assist damage for shooting the track for that P43 to do a bit of damage to him. But yeah, there you go. That was just a game in the Challenger that I was just not expecting, because it's a bit of a weird tank. I have now equipped the upgraded turret, which actually has less armour on it, but it does at least give me a bit of extra HP, and I'm up to 81% crew, hooray. But yeah, even so, 16.3k to get a gun, which is maybe not as good for most people. You lose out on 4 shots with the 17 pounder. It's like I said, it's a bit of a weird tank. But yeah, there you go, Challenger. I'll thank you for watching, and goodbye.